Good evening, everyone. We are now hearing from a Duval County School Board member who News 4 Jax has learned sent a text message concerning Superintendent Vitti that said, quote, "Fire him now."
Texts and other communications we've obtained are revealing hostilities toward Vitti on the part of board member Connie Hall. Kent Justice broke the story last night at 10 and has been digging into it further today. But we begin our coverage with Channel 4's Scott Johnson, who reached out to Hall. Scott?
Well, Dr. Connie Hall finally got back to me this afternoon with a statement saying that she believes this has been orchestrated to distract the school district, but she also apologizes in it. I want to start with just this section of her statement to me. "I truly extend my apologies to the board, superintendent, and community for this distraction and any offensive language taken out of context. And all this has really done is highlight divisions here at school board headquarters." If anything, the text messages that were sent by school board member Dr. Connie Hall, they reinforce an issue that is not hidden. There are issues between the school board and Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti. Here's what was in some texts. Dr. Hall was texting back and forth with the school board auditor. At one point she texted, "I vote, fire him now." And then another thing that's drawing a lot of criticism from parents, she mocked Vitti with the words, "special ed in action."
Well, I've learned about this about the same time everybody else did, saw it on the news. There are definitely issues within our school board in terms of facilitating the work the superintendent does.
I met up with Scott Shine, a school board member who supports Vitti's job as superintendent. He says there have been problems for decades in the Duval County School District between school boards and superintendents. And this is just the latest battle.
I think it's unfortunate. In fact, I think it's important that people in Jacksonville know that the school board here is dysfunctional. It's been that way for decades. I think it's time we make some changes. I'm doing what I can to change that.
Other board members have not been as eager to join the fray. Board member Cheryl Grimes declined an on-camera interview, telling me, quote, "Yes, there are problems between the board and superintendent, obviously, but I just don't know that I'm ready to say anything." Hall did recently send a letter to Superintendent Vitti where she writes, "Your persistent lack of respect when addressing board members is a problem. Telling Vitti, as superintendent, you were expected to model high standards." And Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti is responding in a lengthy letter. He writes, "It speaks to the hostile work environment that has been created by certain board members since I interviewed for the position." He adds, specifically, the special ed in action comment is beyond unprofessional. And I do want to read you one more statement, this also from Dr. Connie Hall. She says, "I do believe that the release of this information, which was part of a plethora of other information, was specifically orchestrated. Be that as it may, it only serves as a distraction for the necessary work that has to be done in order to improve student achievement across this school district." Now, the guy who was essentially responsible for getting his hands on a lot of this information, including the text messages, was a South Florida lawyer. Why he has an interest, we don't know. I contacted him today. He has not returned my phone calls, but so far no one is saying who hired him to get this information up here in Jacksonville. We're live at school board headquarters. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Scott. Now, the public records requested and sent to that South Florida lawyer include more than 1,000 pages of emails and text messages. Kent's been digging deeper into the apparent rift between school board members and the man they hired to run the district. Kent?
Yeah, most of the documents that we're talking about, they wouldn't catch your eye or interest. They relate to board business and procedures, scheduling meetings, or responding to questions. There are some conversations that stand out, however. The biggest attention grabber really is Dr. Hall's email to the entire board dated October 14th. It's the day before at the board's gathering that she's talking about. It was very contentious. Dr. Hall apologized for leaving the meeting earlier and saying, "I was highly disturbed by the superintendent's manner of engagement with the board during the workshop, in which this was not the first time. I wish to request a meeting of the board along with the Office of General Counsel in order to address the superintendent's behavior appropriately." So follow-up emails have also shown up with the other two board members that were kind of being looked at there. "I will be in attendance." That was from Becky Crouch, another board member. Also, Ms. Paula Wright, board member. "Hall, thank you for your request. I will attend." And that was signed by Paula. Those 3 board members are named in the public records request we're talking about. That exchange resulted in this letter, which reprimands Dr. Vitti for his communication styles. In addition, you can find some kudos for Dr. Vitti, notably from Paula Wright, in an email from October 19th. Wright offers what she said was a huge thank you, and that pertained to, she says, I'm sharing the thanks with you because when I called you and shared that Ribault High School didn't have a band director, quote, you immediately ensured me that one of our school's bands would assist, and it goes on to say that Dr. Vitti's handling of the situation really helped that. So the issue of the public records request comes up in text messages we saw. At one point, a text dated November 10th provides a link to the webpage profile of that attorney we're talking about, Robert Fernandez, and the firm where he works in South Florida. As Scott mentioned, we have not heard back from Mr. Fernandez on the reason for his public records request. By the way, we expect to get an update on morale within the school system this coming Monday. That's when the school board releases the results of a survey done by teachers. Tom?